Gents, you can get started.
Craig, a draw a bit edgy towards the end, but even the a draw. Your assessment about how you guys went about the business?
Yeah, I thought obviously first innings guys batted exceptionally well to really sort of set up the game, and unfortunately I think the one little area where we probably look back and think, you know, the outcome could have been different if we had taken our chances, I think, in the field. But I think a lot of credit has also got to go to Ramacha and Hashmatullah. I thought the way they batted was exceptional, you know, patient, determined, and the application that they showed for long periods of time. So we knew that it was always going to come down to the fifth day, down to maybe the last two sessions. And you know, in Test cricket, you can lose a game in a session. I mean, you can't win a game in a session. So the chat we had this morning was to make sure that we stay focused, because we weren't too sure when they were going to declare, but to make sure that, you know, we didn't give them a sniff of picking up 10 wickets in a session and a half or something like that. So I think a lot of credit to the guys. They stayed focused, and I think also a lot of credit to the bowlers, I think, for the way they went about their business throughout the test match.
I mean, for you to win a test match, you want to take 20 wickets. Did you have confidence with the kind of threat that you had in the bowling attack that you guys had to try and win a match by taking 20 wickets on that wicket?
Look, I think it was going to be tough to take 20 wickets on that surface, but at the same time, you don't know where the game would have gone. Those chances that we created, if we had taken those chances. So you look back and think it could have been a different outcome, but at the end of the day, we've got to focus on what's ahead.
When you guys took those start of wickets to pull those guys out, and the wicket changed a bit, it was because of their intent on trying to accelerate and trying to put you guys in back.
Yeah, I think, again, you know, a lot of credit to the bowlers, I think, for sticking to the plans, for being patient. And you saw Benny there at the end picking up a fifer. You know, after a lot of hard work that he put in, you know, it's nice for a bowler to get a little bit of reward at the end.
Then talk us through the decision to maybe get Gumbie to open it after having spent 2.5 days as a wicket keeper when Kaitano can also make the open.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much difference between opening and batting three. And Joy, the conversations that we had with Joy, he was up for the fight. He was keen to do it, and I think a lot of credit's got to go to him for the energy that he provided throughout the 200 overs that we fielded, to then come out and show the intent that he did when he opened the innings for us today. I thought was outstanding.
Okay, yes. Skipper, just to find out more, it seems that Ervine so that he wasn't on the field to play towards the later stages when you guys were fielding, and in using him. And also Trevor Gwanda, we know that he had some knee problems after trying to field and his whole ankle. What's the situation with those two?
No, I think they're perfectly fine. Obviously, Bless was struggling a little bit with a bit of flu and a bit of dizziness, so we didn't really want to push him too much, especially knowing that you've only got 2 days, you know, between now and the next test match. And Newman was obviously struggling with his stomach for a few days. So, you know, bowling out there really takes so much energy, and when you're not feeling 100%, then it's obviously drawing a lot more energy from you. So we thought those guys may as well just rest up and make sure that when we come for the second test, you know, they're fresh and their energy is replenished.
Finally, you spent quite a few days in the bowlers, a very short turnaround between these tests and the next test. What are you going to do in terms of, are we going to see new faces in the bowling attack, maybe to try and freshen up, and maybe I don't know what wicket we'll be playing on in the final test, but in terms of that, having been in the field for a long time, it's quite a very short turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, Richard and Garava, I think, will be back for us for the second test, and then the guys that obviously played in this test, I think over the next day or two, will obviously have to manage how they've pulled up in terms of recovery and make that decision, I think, late on the first to decide for the second.
Last one. Skipper, if I can ask, from the whole game what positives can we draw out in all aspects, batting, fielding, and even bowling, that we can be positives that we push into the next test?
Yeah, I think especially the way the guys batted, I thought was really good. The intent that guys showed. There were quite a few bad balls which guys put away. Guys ran hard between the wickets, so there was never really a moment where we felt like guys were getting lazy on the field. We fielded for 200 overs, and you saw today Sean Williams diving around the boundary. Just the energy that everybody brought throughout the 5 days, I thought was exceptional. And then obviously to the bowlers, for a lot of patience that they showed on a surface that didn't really offer a great deal. I think a lot of credit's got to go to them. Blessing was Rabani, leading from the front, bowling 28 overs for 52 runs is outstanding. So I think there's a lot of positives I think that we can take out. Brian Bennett getting 100 in his second test. I thought the way he batted was really good. Not really looking for sweeps and things like that as much, more just playing straight, looking to keep the good ball out and obviously put the bad ball away and just keep things nice and simple.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thanks, Skipper.
Thanks, guys.